on this Saturday morning here. Today, we're going to move our bodies with the idea of enhancing intuition. So, becoming that tuning fork for the information to come through us. So sit tall, let the collarbones go wide, spread the four corners of the hip, shoulder, shoulder, away from each other. The eyes closed. Release out the breath. For a moment, let the mind go quiet and work with the image of the thoughts on the mind riding on the top of the ocean. So like a boat on the top surface, and let the thoughts kind of tumble around there, but let the focus of the intuitive self center into the deep ocean of the heart. Sitting with the still, thick, middle self. And while you're here, resting in the deep ocean of the heart, I want you to imagine your third eye blinking open, like a doe, like a fawn with big lashes. Blink, 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 blink. Relax the jaw. Follow the breath. Sometimes you can even feel the brain powering down. All the what ifs and shoulds and I should and what can I and is this, just powering down as you traverse to the deep ocean under the surface. This place that's always there. Let all the breath out. Take a deep breath into your belly. Fill the mid-center up behind the collarbones. Hold that for a moment. And then let the air exhale out behind the collarbones, through the mid-chest, through the upper stomach, through the lower belly. Hold the breath out for a moment. Let the air slowly come into the lower belly, into the mid-chest, in up behind the collarbones, and all the way up and behind the eyes. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Release behind the eyes, through the jaw, through the collarbones, through the chest, through the sternum, through the upper belly, through the lower belly. Exhale all the way out. Hold with an exhale out, and then softly come back to a regular breath. Easy. the you that is watching you expanded. Rest your thumbs, relax your pointer fingers. Shoulder blades on the back, collarbones wide. Sit like a yogi. Spread apart the four corners of your hip, hip, shoulder, shoulder. And bring your chin to your chest. Roll your left ear over to your left shoulder. Roll back in a kind of safe lift. And then bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And then chin to chest. Reversing that. Right to right shoulder. Come back. Trying not to compress those upper vertebrae, but rather giving a lifted arch on the back, and then the left ear comes to the left shoulder, and then back down. Left ear to left shoulder. Hold there. Bring the chin up towards the sky. And then chin down towards the clavicle. With an inhale, chin up towards the sky. And then back down. So your left ear is tilted towards the left shoulder. And the chin is coming up. So like bring the left ear to the left shoulder, and then the chin is coming down. And bring that to the center. Right ear comes over right above the right trapezius or shoulder. So it's like you're cocking your head to the right, and then you bring your chin up. Inhale, exhale, down. Up, inhale, exhale. And on the down, bring the chin back to the chest. Interlace the hands behind the head. Don't push down, but just let the weight of your hands stretch out your neck a little bit. Bring the palms of the hands up towards the sky. Look up towards the fingers as you interlace your fingers. Bring the hands behind the sacrum, interlace. Press out so your palms are pressing out behind you, shoulder blades squeezing together. Chin and chest come down, hands come up to the sky. Raise back up, hug the self, grab the shoulder blades behind the back, wiggle, wiggle, brace yourself. Left arm comes out onto the mat, right arm reaches up to the sky, left elbow comes down to the mat. Try to keep the sits bones both down onto the ground as you do this. Arm comes behind the head. Look up to the sky. Extend the arm out. Come back up to a T shape with the arms. Reach out with the right hand onto the mat. Ground that left sits bone. Reach up. Lower the elbow to the ground. Wow. That's interesting, isn't it? If you can. On one side I could. Hand behind the head. Look up to the sky. Elbows pointing to the sky. Take a deep breath into those rib intercostal muscles, opening that entire side body. Reach out with the left arm and come back into a T shape. Arms extended. Flip the palms up and then bring the hands into a what position? Like you bending your elbows. Yeah, kind of like I guess like a statue, an Egyptian statue. spread the palms out. Feel and close down the eyes again and feel the rain of intuition and knowledge coming from somewhere above you on your fingertips. Press that intuition knowledge up, arms come up all the way to the sky. Roll out the wrists, keeping the elbows straight if you can. Yeah. Really articulate the wrists each way. Bringing the hands to prayer. Bowing for a moment to find a little tiny slice of gratitude that we can practice in peace and safety. And that we have the ability to connect through the miracle of technology in our separate spaces, in our corners at home. Coming up to stand at the top of the mat. Ooh. Letting the body grow long off of the stacked bones. Rolling the shoulders back a couple times so you can feel that opening, the crunches, the snap, crackle, pop of your shoulders. Let your nipples be proud. Let your feet become like pools of water spreading out into the ground. And then bring the head back a little bit further than you normally would. So the 8 to 12 pounds of weight of the head is stacking like a receiver-perceiver from the heavens, and you are at that kind of broad, connecting to the intuition. Bring the arms extended out, sideways and then all the way up. Touch at the top and then come back into that kind of Egyptian statue pose with Y. And hold this for a moment, feeling again the trickle of the rain of inspiration, the eyes closed for a second and just bring the intention of letting the message come to us and having the faith to follow that call and pursue the actions that come to us if we open away from thoughts and into inspiration and intuition. Standing here, letting the palms catch the rain from the heavens as we just stand as a conduit for the creative energy of the earth. Nice. Press that up into the sky. Reach as far as you can, opening one side, reaching the right side up towards the sky, looking up towards that right hand, opening up the side body, reaching the left side up, opening up that left side body, bring the arms together, the hands, the palms together, and banana, maybe make a Charlie's Angels kind of Shiva spirit kind of pew pew, and reach the hips over to the right as you make a banana shape, opening up the side body to the right, and then leaning to the left, opening up the side body. One more to the right, and take a deep breath in, feeling that hip and side body open, and exhale through the nose, and reaching out to the left, taking a deep breath in, And exhale. And let the arms float down, forward fold all the way down to the ground. Releasing to a forward fold, shaking the head out, no. Shaking it out, yes. Gazing forward with an inhale. Heart comes into the mind. Bending the knees, releasing the head, exhale. Inhale, step back into plank. Slide off your socks. Holding in this plank for a moment, letting the abdominals protect the lower back. Shoulder blades come into the back. Rocking forward and back on the hands. Finding some heat in the body. Bringing the elbows down to the ground, lower plank. Interlace the fingers, press the side palms or the outside of the hands, the wrists into the ground. Abdominals come in. And then press back up into a regular plank here. Rocking forward and back, 5, 4, 3, 2, downward dog. Oh, holding a downward dog for a moment. Find the bend of each leg so you can really explore how the calf and the ankle can open, bending one leg at a time. You can even bring the other foot into like a kind of point position to open the top of the foot. Spreading the sits bones wide. Abdominals come in to protect the spine. This is a pyramid, really. We're making a pyramid. In that, you can feel the energy of being the tuning fork of the earth. Really getting a charge up from the ground here. Coming back into that plank, lowering back into the lower plank. Pressing back into the higher plank. And down. Looking at the hands, bending the legs, stepping up to the hands, releasing the head, shaking the head out, no. Releasing the hair away from the scalp. Abdominals protect the lower back as you reverse swan dive all the way up. Reaching up into the sky. Interlace the palms, press the palms up to the heavens, coming back into that. Palms open to the sky. Egyptian statue, why? Why? Because. And again, bringing those palms, spread those hands wide as you bring the fingers together to the heart. And again, committing to letting information come in through that third eye center today for the rest of this little flow. Arms reach up, inhale, exhale, swan dive all the way down. Release the head, pressing into the ground. Heart comes forward, navel to spine. Exhale, press back into plank. Lower down all the way onto the belly. Coming into the baby cobra as we press our tops of our feet and our toenails down into the ground. Shoulder blades come onto the back. Gaze forward. Lowering down. Forehead touches the ground for a moment. Coming back up. Pressing a little higher, pushing into the earth. Opening up the back. Coming back down. Once more, coming up higher if you like, or staying in the baby cobra. And coming down. Pressing into hands and knees. Opening up the magic wand of the spine. tailbone tilts up, head tilts up, eyes come up to the sky, but eyebrows stay relaxed. And abdominal to spine, cat. Coming back into a cow as the eyes come up into the heavens. On the inhale and the exhale, Halloween cat, really open up the portal of the spine. Coming back into neutral, now we'll do circles. Opening up all the places that maybe have compressed. Circling out the other way. Yeah, let it go. Let it be wild here. Wild and out. Yes. Moving for a moment, however you would like to do out of this hands and knees position, so you can come back into child's pose. And like dance a bit here. So using intuition to really find where the body wants to move. Bending the elbows and finding some sneaky moves. We've got a little bit of music in the background, so dancing with the music. Shaking your tail feathers. Yeah, wagging your tail. Nice. All right, coming back into downward dog. Pressing back. Looking towards the hand, bending the knees, coming up into releve. So coming up on the tiptoes, bending the knees, pressing and straightening again, lifting. And then walking the hands to the feet to the hands with the limit. Pressing down, reverse swan dive, up. Hands come to the heart, coming back into that, capturing the drops of inspiration. Pressing that up. Swan dive down, flat back, navel comes to the spine, gaze forward, bend the knees, pressing down, exhale. Plank, jump back to plank, lower down, chaturanga. Coming up, upward facing dog, or baby cobra if you feel that. Pushing back into downward facing dog. Coming into that plank again. Rocking forward, back, forward and back. Elbows come to the ground. Rocking forward, back, forward, and back. Pressing back up into the high plank. And then back down into the low plank. Pressing back up into the high plank. And back down to the low plank. Bring the knees down. Coming into Sphinx. So elbows into the ground, shoulder blades to the back. Gaze forward. Bending the right knee. Kick the butt. Extend it out. Left knee. Kick the butt. Extend it out. Coming down, bringing the hands either side of the boobies. Wiggling out the bum for a bit. Bending the left leg. So bending at the knee. Raise. Bring the arms actually out into like little receptors further out on the mat for a second actually. So bend, you've got your left knee bent, you're gonna raise it up using the glute strength there. And then open it up, bringing the left toe all the way, if you can, to touch the ground, but I can hardly do that. Gaze is over to the left, the right temple is on the ground. Bringing that back into center with the knee still bent. Let's flex the foot here and press up for 5. So press
press like you're pressing the ceiling, just raising the knee off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach out that left leg, bend the right leg, left temple to the ground, lift up the knee off the ground, and bring that foot over behind you. Nice. Coming as close as you can to touching the ground. Oh, that feels so good to me. Reaching out with that standing leg so the left leg really reaches out. Oh. Breathing here and then coming back into the center. Flex the foot and raise the knee up off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Hands back underneath the elbows. Coming into an arch here. Coming onto all fours. Pressing the tucking the toes, coming into downward dog. Left hand reaches over to the right shin, gazing under the right side. Peekaboo. Smell your pits. Oh yes. Getting the sustenance for the day. Understanding your own pheromonal power. Straightening the legs. Lifting up the kneecap. Left hand comes back down, right hand reaches. Gazing under the left. Try not to bring all the weight over to the left foot, but rather balance it between the left and the right. Taking full and complete breaths. Both hands down. Bend the knees, jump, step, walk, fly, hands and feet connect at the top of the mat. Not very graceful, but you know, try it. Release the head out, reverse swan dive all the way up. Reaching up, prayer package comes down to the heart. Close your eyes down, but open your third eye here with a blink, 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 like a dome, like a fawn, awakening in the forest with your lower eyes closed, but your third eye open. Open the hands into that Egyptian statue W pose. Wah, kwa, wah. Letting the drip, drip, drip of information come to you. The answers you need to hear, or the questions that you're living with, and just living with the questions. Release the hands down by the hips. Interlace the hands behind the buttocks. Navel comes to spine as you forward fold and bring the hand package up to the sky. Shoulder blades are squeezing in. Gaze up to the right as the hands come to the left a bit. Nice. Bend the knees and straighten the knees. And bend the knees and straighten the knees. And the hands come to the right and the gaze comes up to the left. Bend the knees. Bend the knees. Coming back into center. Release the hands down. Shake the head out, no. Shake it out, yes. Put sand in your follicles and let the soft sand, like an hourglass, trickle out of your head. Bend the knees, navel to spine, jump back into plank, holding that plank. Coming forward and back as the navel protects the spine in this position. Left elbow lowers to the ground, right elbow lowers to the ground. Left hand presses back up into the plank. Right elbow comes to the ground. Left elbow comes to the ground. Left elbow presses back up into the plank. One more. Left elbow comes to the ground. Right elbow comes to the ground. Right hand comes to the ground. Pressing back up with the plank. Downward facing dog. Good job. Left leg comes up to the sky, open into it. Rotation, knee comes up to the sky. And a three-legged dog. Square back off, pressing the foot behind you, bringing the knee to the nose, coming into a kiss and press back. And left knee comes to right elbow, and press back. Left knee comes to the left elbow, and press back. Left knee comes forward, through into a lunge. Here we are in our lunge. Lunging out, pressing the feet together in an isometric pull, while the energy comes out of the head, out of the back of the foot. Lower that left or right knee down to the ground. Opening up the top of the quad. Releasing the foot out long. Ground the right hand. Bend the back knee. Left hand comes to grab the top of the foot. Opening up the soft belly of the thigh as you gaze up towards the sky. If you want to take this another level, bend the elbow, left elbow a bit. Breathing into there. Gaze back towards the ground. Release the foot, coming back into your lunge. You're going to open up into Warrior 2. Finding our warriors here. Reaching out, arms long, hips even. Bend that front knee even further than you think you want to. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. Long line from the right fingertips all the way to the outside of the right foot. Reverse again, inhale. Exhale. Side angle, bend that knee further. Nice, inhale. Exhale. In kind of a fluid mood, we're gonna come into goddess pose or horse pose or second position plie. Reaching the arm out, bending both, and the arms come into our signature pose of this flow. Nice. And then you get to do this kind of this switching sides thing. So we come into warrior on the other side. Nice, extend the arms. Heel is aligned with the middle of the foot. Stacking as much as possible the knee over the ankle. Spreading the hips wide. Gazing over the middle finger and a long breath. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Long inhale. Reverse. Exhale. Once more, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. From this side angle, coming back into a goddess pose. Here we are in our goddess. And we raise both our heels up off the ground. Now, keeping the heels up off the ground, extend the arms and the legs straight. Into a big X, and bend the knees again, bend the elbows, lower the feet. Once again, raise the heels. Keeping the heels up off the ground, extend X, bend once again, heels come down, that, raising the heels up, extend, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, coming back down, bending, nice. Coming back into plank. So cartwheeling down, pressing through that plank, chaturanga, coming into cobra or upward facing dog, exhaling into our downward facing dog, gazing towards the hand, bending the legs, jump step 1, 2, the inhale up, exhale, our signature pose, the Tadasana of this practice. Inhale back up, swan dive, exhale out, gaze forward, jump back, plank, chaturanga, upward, downward. Okay, right leg now comes up, opening up the hips on the right side, bending that top leg, gazing underneath the right armpit, separating the knee away, furthest away it can be from the ground, pressing back into a three-legged dog, bring the knee into the kiss, pressing back, knee comes into the right elbow, pressing back, knee comes into the left elbow, pressing back, knee comes through into the lunge. Now we're here in this lunge, feeling that diagonal pull of the feet together on the mat, so you've got that isometric strength. Long line of energy from beyond the crown chakra, from behind, from above the soft spot in the head to the heel. Feeling that long line of energy in this lunge. And then softly lowering the back leg to the ground. Grounding the left hand, bending the right or left leg. The right arm comes and grabs the foot, ankle, or toes to open up the belly of the beast. The big old thigh muscles. Finding the breath here. Long and easy. Release that. Move back into a lunge. And then from here, we're going to come into our warrior 2. So we've got this sequence on the other side. So we've done it on both sides, now we're facing the other direction. So letting the knee stack over the ankle, the left foot is really, the arch is lifting. So you're grounding down like you're super gluing the outside of the foot to the ground. Press into the earth so that you can raise up higher out of the spine. The hips grow wide, the gaze is over the middle finger. Yeah, give your gaze over a middle finger. Release into reverse warrior. Inhale here. And exhale, side angle pose. And now on your own timing with the breath, so marry the breath to the movement. Flow back and forth between an inhale of reverse warrior and an exhale of side angle, okay? Letting the breath last as long as the movement. And stop when you've come to the next side angle pose, reaching that side angle pose long, and then gracefully transition into the goddess pose with the W hands, palms open to the seeds of inspiration, raining from the heavens. And coming onto the other side, left leg is bent, long warrior pose, pressing into the ground, pulling the mat together with your feet, and with that pull, you've got the arch lift. Raising the body long out of the hips. Inhale, reverse. And on your own timing, exhale with the breath. The movement follows the length of the breath. Try to make it a long one though. And then when you're ready to take that inhale, come into reverse warrior. Find yourself in the side angle pose, really finding the long line from your fingernails down to the outside seam of your right foot, and coming into that goddess pose. I'm facing the other direction when I'm facing space, you can hear me, but goddess pose. And we come into that series again. So raising the heels, nice. Straightening the legs. Ooh, bending the legs, lowering the heels. Let's actually raise just the left leg. And let's raise the right heel, straighten, and bend. Lower the left heel, lower the right. Raise the right. Raise the left, straighten, and bend. Lower the right, lower the left. Straightening with heels down and coming back into that bend position. And let's do 10 bounces. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake that. Nice. Nice work. Okay. Okay. Let's come back into the top of the mat. Oh, rolling the shoulders again. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, swan dive. Release the head. Coming into chair pose. Navel protects the spine. Fierce pose. And raising the heels in this position as well. Lowering the butt all the way down to the heels. Then coming back up with the heels lifted. And then lowering the heels, straightening up. Clasp behind the back. Open the shoulders. Gaze up towards the sky. Coming back into chair. Raising the heels. Navel protects the spine here. Lowering the buttocks all the way to the heels. Pressing back up. Lowering the feet. Weight comes into the right foot. Come into a heel off the ground, releve on the left. Lift up that left foot, bring the ankle to the thigh.
Come back into chair pose with the arms position. And bring the arms to the ground if you can, or just to the hands and knees. Releasing out the head. And bring the arms back up into that chair position. Oh my goodness. And back into a proper chair. Right foot. Lift up the heel. Put the weight into the left foot. Ankle comes to the thigh in a cross-legged position, figure four. Stick the sitting bones back behind you, like you're reaching for a chair. Arms come to the hands, arms come to the knee and foot, and if you can, all the way to the ground. Pressing back up into that chair position with the arms. And both feet come to the ground. Nice work. And drop the head. Roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way into your forward fold. Releasing into the forward fold, and if you can, use the peace fingers of each hand, the first two fingers, to loop the big toes. Pulling here. Releasing the head completely. Letting the head drip down into the earth. Gazing forward now, bending the knees, reaching the arms forward, bend the legs as much as possible so you can bring your buttocks to the ground and softly sit down without using the hands. Nice. Hug the knees in, make a little ball with your body. Let's roll back and forth, massaging out the spine. You can find that little balance at the top using your abdominals to stabilize you. And then when you come back up to that fulcrum top, let's come into boat pose. Reaching out, the legs bended, the sits bones, you're balancing on the sits bones, so pressing the hips into the ground as your chest comes up. Keeping it here with the legs bent if you like, or if you want to release the legs into a long expression of this pose and come down into lower boat. Toes are facing up towards the ground, so you're gazing at your toes like they're you're in the releve on the ground, and then coming back into the boat where you have a little table in front of you, cleaning off your table. Once again, extending out if you like, reaching both arms, coming down into lower boat, coming back into upper boat, and bring the feet to the ground, rest. Feet come to the ground, they're already on the ground, your legs are bent. Reach the arms out, and then one vertebrae at a time, roll your back down into the ground. And release out. And bring the knees into the chest. And roll around on the sacrum. Extend the legs long up to the sky. Bring your arms into a T and bring the feet all the way over to the right side.
but I'll kind of hover 45 degrees really. Bring him back to the center. And feet come over to the left side at 45 degrees. And coming back up. Right side again. Back up and left side. Nice, bend the knees again. Do open butterfly kind of circles, so like you bring your knees into your chest and they spread wide. And reverse that. Bring the feet to the ground, windshield wiper the legs so the knees both come to the right. And they come to the left. Pressing the hands into the ground, extending the feet up over the hips. We're gonna come into plow pose. In this pose, I'd like it if you didn't move your head right to left. So just listen to the sound of my voice. So bringing the feet over the head. Buttocks come to the sky. Hands can come to the hips to help prop up the pose. Toes can either touch the ground, or if they don't feel like they touch the ground, I like to put the knees on the forehead. Bend the knees. And then in this, actually everyone comes to that position where your knees are on your forehead. You're flexing your feet. Feel the pitter-patter of the inspiration rain on your feet as you receive that information from somewhere outside yourself. Bring the hands like brake pads to the mat below you. Extend the legs out, and using the abdominals slowly, one vertebrae at a time, release the back onto the mat. And keeping the legs straight, let them fall all the way down like a clock hand to the earth. With the legs spread, open the hands up to the sky. Find yourself in a rested position. Breathing, letting the body be breathed. Let the eyes sink back into the sockets. Release the heavy digits of the fingers, especially the root of the thumbs that do a lot of work on our smartphones. Close down the eyes. Let the upper eyelashes meld with the lower lashes. Sink the sockets of the eyes into the head. Let the body inhabit breath. Drinking in relaxation. Letting the toes relax completely. The calves turn to putty. Letting the kneecaps melt. release into the earth. Letting the hips soften. The muscles of the digestive organs release. Find ease. Attempting to close the eyes and keep them closed as you release the eyeballs away. Let the third eye come into surface. The hips and the back. The lungs releasing into the earth, feeling the back body spread like batter on a griddle. Letting the hands melt, puddle out. The heavy muscles of the neck and the head fully release into the ground. The 8 to 14 pounds of skull releasing. Attempting to close down the eyes. Letting the eyelashes rest. Your eyes getting heavy. Back into your skull. From this place where your eyes are shielded from all the visual information, becoming the opposite of sensorial, intuitive. So closing down as much of the senses as possible. So we let the intuition come forth. For a moment in the Shavasana, we experience silence and attempt to just go out with the breath and not grasp onto any thoughts that come. And if a thought comes, or if you find yourself on the precipice of thought, you can use the phrase, "What will I think of next?" Or thinking, applying unlimited friendliness towards the self, coupled with the discipline of not traveling on the train of memory or past or future or opinions. Rather, in the deep ocean of the heart, the oneness of being, the seer inside that sees you thinking, the one that sees you at every age, the divine inside that will be with you, watching you on your deathbed, and was with you in your birth. Releasing into the soft, open hum of this eternal love that is beyond accomplishment, that is with the earth, breathing, being, slowly growing in the cycle.
stretching out over your head in like a morning stretch, arms over your head, arms and legs reaching away from each other, reaching out and choosing a side to roll into fetal position on, letting yourself be held in this fetal position by trust and faith. And through faith and trust that everything is going to be okay, we find wonder from the platform of faith and trust. We lose a little of our shackles of fear and can jump into wonder. As in this hemisphere we turn from glory of a late summer to what feels like an abrupt start of winter, we change our wonder from the shedding of the skin and the outward expression to the glory of the leaves changing and the nestling inward, pressing up out of your fetal position into a seated position. Arms come into a prayer pose, sealing our practice. Thumbs come up to the third eye, blessing all that travels through this conduit of our body, sending out this energy into the world and perhaps making a commitment to share the peace and equipoise that you might feel in your body right now with others who may need it. Being an inspiration for presence and joy and ease. Leaning towards those that are in pain and just letting your energy bounce off them and heal. Releasing the hands. Oh, coming back into prayer once more, and we'll say namaste. Namaste. I bow to you. I bow to the great divine in all of you. I bow to the access of the intuitive nature that you have within you all. Om Shakalaka. Shanti Om. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for joining me here, and always thank you for being a patron and helping me to traverse this wild world of emotion and put it into song and dance and spirit fingers.